right time.
Now, let me ask you something, Laura. In your opinion, with the Washington Post ABC poll comes out, say 70% of Americans disapprove of the way Republicans are handling this,
sure.
and you have 61% of Americans disapproving of the way the Democrat handling it in Congress, let alone the president's approval rating, which is actually ticked up 4 points this week. When you say we're waiting for Wall Street to react, who feels the pressure most if Wall Street starts cratering, if China starts panicking?
Yeah, I think the Republicans right now are going to feel it more. There's no doubt about it. But the president doesn't get off the hook here either. I mean, I think all these polls are bad. And again, if John Boehner just comes out today and says, you know, even though the president had just basically last week humiliated me in that meeting when Reid came out and just trashed Boehner right afterward, well, I just want to sit down and, you know, we're doing a clean CR. Is that really going to help the Republicans? I mean, is there going to be a poll the next day that shows this overwhelming support for the Republican Party? I don't think so.
How it ends matters.
Yeah, I think how it ends matters, but Boehner right now looks like the guy who wants to sit down and work this out. And I think the more that he stays on that message, and if he can get the administration to move on 1 or 2 issues to avoid a default, maybe it's a month delay, maybe that's how it works. I think the longer this thing goes on with this shutdown, it actually might work a little bit more to the Republicans' favor, given what we're finding out about, you know, the illegal immigrants doing rallies on the mall, and yet the veterans got that runaround for a long time. I mean, I think this doesn't wear well with people, and I'm not sure it's going to ultimately be so bad for Republicans if they're able to hold firm now.
Well, in particular, and we've got a brand new Fox News poll that just came out, and it goes to the very question that we're considering, and that is the debt limit. Should it be raised? And 62% say yes, but only after major cuts. 27% say yes, it should be raised.
Bingo.
It would be reckless not to. So people, even though so many people are getting free stuff, they realize at some point the music stops and the gravy train dries up.
And one chair is missing.
Yeah, this is an ugly game of musical chairs. Look, that poll that Fox just released is confirmed by a poll. I think it was Bloomberg reported it last week or the week before. That's really quite stunning in a country where Republicans have been on their heels for a few years, at least since the midterms in 2010. That's quite something, and I think that's the kind of stuff that Boehner's holding on to, thinking if I can keep my narrative clean, if I can hold together Michael Grimm and Peter King and these Pennsylvania congressmen who are you know, getting antsy, if I can hold them together and the president ends up looking like the intransigent one, we might be okay through this, and the government actually might ultimately end up seeing some cuts, which is what Republicans, conservatives are supposed to be all about, right? We're supposed to be shrinking this, not just expanding it willy-nilly every 6 months.